Okay. So, my partners and I, we read a book called Nobody Told Me About That the First 6 weeks. And it's a collaborative group of professionals that wrote articles on things that people weren't aware of before they had babies to try to give people those information and pieces. My partners and I did a little bit of research to go over key pieces to ask someone who's just had a baby recently to see if they feel like any of that was helpful. So my pieces were about being supportive, being present with the mom to help aid in birth process and reduce the risk associated with pregnancy. So studies have shown that those who are successful at interrupting the stress response that women feel during labor to view the labor process as more of a challenge end up with better abilities to cope and um, further into the presence of or process of having a new baby more with ease. Did you feel any stress or anxiousness about expecting your new baby?
Maybe a little anxiousness just because I've never had a child, but I don't think I was really ever that stressed. I knew it was going to be a little harder than obviously not having a kid, but yeah, I think you can prepare yourself mentally as much as you can, and then you just kind of hope for the best. Not really say wing it, but you kind of just wait. You're ready for as ready as you can be.
Right. Do you feel that you were able to remain calm during that process and that helped the process go smoother as far as being expecting dad into being a new parent?
Yeah, yeah, I was calm. I'm a pretty calm guy, except for when you throw up.
And what ways of like coping with the emotions or the expected birth process? Were there any ways that you felt were useful during the birthing process or being a new parent to cope with the ability to
Uh,
handle the situation?
I think just being with my wife, just letting her know that everything was going to be fine. I think everything went smooth.
Do you feel like that presence helped, like having somebody
Yeah,
there and
yeah.
being
Well,
supportive?
and it also along the pregnancy, everything was as to be expected. We didn't have any complications. We didn't have any
It was a smooth process.
yeah
The
any
whole
issues or anything. That helped too. I mean, I know that's not
True. So research states that stress reduction tactics, such as like being present with the mother and using encouraging words and praise and reassurance to the mom helps the birthing process, and then that make a smooth transition into being a new parent and a new family. Did you implement anything like that during the process of during labor or afterward, helping take care of baby and mom that you felt were beneficial?
Yeah, I tried to after she was born. I was basically with her obviously until we went home, and then obviously we're together at the house. But like right after it happened, I tried to be there as supportive, yeah, as best I could.
Is that right?
Understanding that she just went through a major surgery, I tried to put her and her ahead of myself the best I could.
Right.
he did a good job too.
And you felt that was beneficial to the entire family as far as making that process smoother,
Oh yeah,
just kind of being there, being
oh yeah,
present.
being there from the go.
Definitely helped me.
Yeah, good. Did you have any concerns or worries about being a new father? Like stress about finances or stress about your new role as a father?
I knew it was gonna be a little bit of financial having. What are you talking about? It is as anybody else with children know that it is a little bit more expensive just from all the diapers and the food. I knew that going into it. You don't even know what you're talking about.
Did you guys do any like preparation for finances, like seeing how much like diapers might cost? Or...
We saw how much diapers cost. We tried to save up here and there. Maybe every other grocery store trip, we would go ahead and buy some diapers just to have them on stock. You know you're going to use them,
right?
And we just try to prepare the best we could that way.
We the other thing we did was since I wasn't going to be working anymore, every time that I would get paid while I was still working, we would just take that check and put it to the side,
right?
Like we didn't have that money,
as
that
like
we
savings.
would, so that we would know, can we just
get
get
a
by
little
on
bit of
just
the stress
his
out of that like first month of
and
being home.
then we would know how we could handle it without my paycheck. Plus, we would have that money saved up. So
Right.
that
Right.
helped.
Did you receive any like teaching or education from nurses or family members that you felt like was beneficial during that process, like either during the labor process or I guess surgery process or afterward that you felt was like good to know?
I think everybody at the hospital was great from from the beginning to the end. Of course, grandparents and new grandparents, we knew that they had our back and supported us anything we'd ever need. So I mean, that was relieving on our side too. Not that we ever thought that anything would ever go bad, but
If it does, you have somebody
yeah,
there.
so we have some place to fall back on.
Did you feel like you were prepared to be a father? Like what ways did you feel more prepared than others?
Yeah, I think I was prepared. You ready to see mommy? Having a stepson, I know what it's like to have. Granted, he's an older child than a newborn baby, but you understand how to help and raise a child. It's
A little bit
just
of a jump start.
It helps, but it's nothing compares to a brand new baby in the house when there hasn't been one
Right.
from day one. From the first day.
For sure. Do you feel like there's been any fatigue or like loss of energy after having a new baby or?
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah.
Especially when they don't sleep or they do sleep on their own schedule, but your schedule has been the same for many, many years.
Right.
So your 8 hours of sleep turns into maybe 5 hours intermittent.
It's a big,
But in the end,
reawakening.
you knew that was going to happen.
Right.
You just don't know how you're going to feel.
How you gonna react?
Yeah.
You
Well,
don't
and
know
most
how
of
your
that,
body's gonna react.
Right.
most of that was just like the first 6 weeks,
Yeah.
6 to 8 weeks mostly, and then luckily she's a good sleeper now.
That was something that you felt like you were prepared about. Like you knew she wasn't going to sleep, and
Right. Yeah.
You
You can,
might
like I
have to
say,
leave
mentally
some.
you can prepare yourself as much as you can until it actually happens. But in the end, it's all worth it.
How do you feel like the family dynamics have changed since the new baby? Like different, like your role or incorporating that, piece of being like a new family versus just being a couple.
We're together, better. I think you feel more bonded as
Like
a family,
closer,
closer.
There's somebody new in charge.
You obviously see the grandparents more than you did, or more than you want sometimes. But that's not a bad thing.
I won't tell my mom.
So as far as that, baby crying and dad being, new to a newborn situation, do you feel like when you heard, what were your feelings when you heard baby cry for the first time?
I was just glad that's what you're wanting to hear right out of the gate. You want to hear something. It's one of those feelings that you're not ready for, and it's a great feeling. And you hear the crying, but you're not really paying attention to it because you're counting fingers and you're counting toes, and you're
Right.
just wanting everything to be fine.
It's just reassuring.
It is. It's very reassuring that you're hearing something. It's life.
She's able to cry. She's here.
Thoughts are just like, ooh, relief that
Right.
baby's crying, everything's okay, and
Yep.
they're all there. Do you feel like that she cries quite a bit, or more than you expected, or as kind of average?
I would think average, but as a new dad, I don't know.
To compare it to.
Yeah, I can't really compare it to anything. But
She just kind of cry when she needs something, or is it just?
she mainly cries when either her diaper's dirty, or she's hungry, or she's very, very tired.
Right. Which is needing sleep, right?
That's right.
Needing sleep.
So she
Just kind
has
of
been
fuzzy.
teething, and that's brought on some extra fussiness that we weren't doing before. But
I don't believe it. All right. Is there any other pieces of information you feel like, kind of grand finale? Do you feel like it'd be beneficial, or anything that you wish you would have known going into having a new baby, or been more prepared about?
Not really. I think we were as prepared as we could have been.
I would say for me, just take your family and friends' advice, because people that have kids know what they're talking about.
Right. Don't
You know, you can't just read on the internet
or those are your kids, not ours, because when they're this tiny, they're all the same.
It's-
They're all the
it's
same.
just how life works. That's
Right.
how they are. So take the advice
That's right.
She's got some advice. In her.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Look, if you had a piece.